Hello, my friends. Welcome to The Movement with Dan Unitas. Today we're watching Kiera Lhotan with the title, Do Women Actually Like Guys Who Lift?
Do women actually like guys who lift? The simple answer is duh. Because
Duh.
hormones. When a man is lifting weights, he is creating testosterone. And testosterone creates pheromones. And pheromones is a chemical reaction between men and women. It's the attraction between men and women. So yeah, it's kind of hard to ignore when a man is right next to me lifting weights. I can't ignore that. The chemical bounds of my body doesn't allow me to. Also, subconsciously, I feel like I would want to be carried as a woman. I want to feel like I'm able to be carried by my man. You know, for a man to lift weights, you know, it looks great and everything, but it's also for the woman to feel safe. You know, it's not all about the result and how the man looks per se, but it's what he's doing, right? He's lifting weights to be stronger. So chances are, if we're both in a fire.
Oh, she reminds me of the woman, the female comedian from I Think You Should Leave, when the whole skit was about like somebody makes a funny joke about Christmas coming early.
It was just an expression.
I know that. I'm not stupid. I'm smarter than you.
Everyone just go back to
Building, he can carry me out, he can save me. You know, that is how a woman thinks. A woman thinks, oh, he's strong, he's mighty, he can lift 200 pounds, he can lift me. You know, that's
She's very aggressive. I don't know why she's been so aggressive. It's kind of interesting. It's interesting to see a woman just kind of just tell what she's thinking and to like explain how a woman thinks, but very aggressive with her delivery.
how a woman thinks. So subconsciously, yeah, we love when a man can lift weights because then he can lift us out of harm. And it's subconscious. It is subconscious. It doesn't even have to be our man, right? But out of safety, you know, I wouldn't want some pipsqueak man to try to lift me up and he can't. You know what I mean? So
You know, it's interesting. I think that the last decade has been really dominated by feminism and the idea of like activism and women basically telling men to piss off. We don't need no man. We don't need a man to helping us for stuff. A woman can do anything that a man can do. And then this is kind of a stark right turn. But I don't necessarily think that this is a good thing, because she's talking about pipsqueak men. And I don't like it when women kind of get on this notion of like emasculating men, of like, oh, there's winners and losers. There's like the brutes, and then there's these like, effeminate, wimpy loser guys. I think we need to watch it with that. I think we need to be, in the last decade, I think we've completely kicked men in the teeth and, just stomped all over masculinity. And so I think it's good that we're embracing more masculinity and the idea of like, yeah, we want strong men. We want and to encourage men in our society to be stronger and more capable and more resilient and lift a woman up, as this woman's talking about. But at the same time, we don't want to get into the habit of denigrating men, be like, oh, these guys are a bunch of weak losers. I think we need to kind of find a balance. I advise guys out there, like, watch out for a woman that's like talking negatively about men.
yeah, we want
Just as if there was a guy out there that was, talking about all these types of women and watch out for them. Like, we don't want some bah, 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 bah. And it's a big thing. Part of the character is like talking, disrespecting women. You wouldn't want to be with somebody like that either.
a man who can lift. We want a man who can lift us off our feet. Yes, 1000%. Another thing is it shows discipline. It shows discipline in a man.
Does.
Like, it's one thing for a man to, go to work, but for a man to choose to better his body, that is a choice. That is a choice by a man, okay? Like, everyone needs to go and make money. Everyone needs to go and live and survive. But going to the gym is a luxury. Not even just going to the gym, but exercising is a luxury in our lives that if we're able to do it, we should be able to do it. So women, we look at it like, oh, this man, he's working out. He has discipline. He's putting in effort. It shows effort, okay?
I do feel like that's very attractive to women. I do feel like there's a lot of guys out there that are just falling. Our world is like very much trap after trap after trap. If it's not porn, it's video games. If it's not video games, it's going to be smoking weed. If it's not video, smoking weed, it's going to be alcohol or any number of things that just is like completely sapping males, attention and having them not be ambitious to get out there and be somebody and fulfill their potential. It's just there's just a lot of everything in moderation. All of these things that I talked about you can do in moderation, but it's just there's so many things. Gambling's another one. It's just so many things that are holding men back that just are we're just for a man in our modern society. There's just a lot of traps and pitfalls, and it's crazy out there. So I agree with her. It's good. Obviously a woman would be attracted to a man that's actually doing something with his life.
A man who is working out is like the equivalent of a woman doing her hair or doing makeup, right? It's just like a form of putting yourself together and
Sure.
bettering yourself. Now, I'm not even trying to compare putting on makeup to going to the gym because it's not the same at all. I'm just saying women can relate it to that because that's our go-to. That's our daily regimen.
I think I think we've had a decade of just women telling men that you're all BS. This is kind of like, hey, Me Too movement happened. Men are scum. We got rape culture all around. Feminism's got to explode off. This is our time for women. But it really was just not a time where both. It was not a lot of harmony between men and women. There's a lot of the women feeling like empowered and a certain sense of entitlement to that, and then a lot of men being men trying to like get on that side and rah 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 on the women's side, and then a lot of men were left in the dust and be like, well, nobody's talking about us, nobody's empowering us. Men are falling behind in higher education. Men are feeling like there's no economic opportunities for them. Men are just feeling like a lot of men have given up. There's a massive there's many studies out there that talk about how there's 10 million American men out there that have just given up. They don't even go apply for jobs anymore because it just doesn't feel like there's any opportunity to kind of pursue the American dream of getting a job and ultimately being able to get a partner in life, get married, have kids, have a home. All of these things just feel out of reach. So there's so many people have given up. I like that. Hey, nothing gold can stay, but also like bad times have to go out the window as well. So times are changing, and this woman's talking about, hey, look, I want a guy that like takes care of his body, that works out. I want a guy that's he's women put for me, I think the next decade is going to be very exciting because there's going to be a lot more attraction and desire between men and women. I think the rules have changed a bit, with the last decade. So women are, I think ready to have like relationships with men that are exciting, and there's going to be a lot of attraction between the sexes. So men are going to be, hitting the gym and becoming more masculine, more muscly, and quite honestly quite more desirable to women aesthetically. And I think she's right in the sense of like, yeah, women get dolled up to go out on a night to look appealing and to be attractive and desirable to men. So the male gaze, as it were, has been shunned for the last decade. And so it's like I think it's getting stale and people are ready to move on. And it's just like, yeah, let's get into a time where men and women are desiring each other, and there's romance, there's passion, there's just a sexiness about it. So it's kind of reading between the lines of what she's talking about.
Man, that's something that makes us feel good, look good. We put on makeup, we do our hair, we put on cute outfits. And a man, he wants pain. He feels like he needs pain to gain. And that's a masculine thing. It's full of testosterone. And when a woman sees that, she sees, trials, tribulations. She sees that a man is going through resilience. And a woman is attracted to that. We are attracted to a man who is resilient, who wants to go work out, who wants to challenge.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Women are attracted to resiliency in men. I saw a great YouTube short the other day. It was this woman talking about what she really finds attractive in men. What she said, she started out the clip and said, look, women aren't turned off by men when they express their emotions, but women are turned off when a man's sitting there crying about the state of things. When a man shares that, hey, look, I'm going through a lot. I'm going through a lot of stress at work. I'm going through, I've got issues with my family. Things are uneasy right now. There's a lot put on me, and but she said, look, it's not that that's unattractive, but she said what's really attractive is when the man says, look, I'm going through a hard time, but I'm gonna get through this. I think women want to really feel secure, and they want to feel a man that is strong, and a man that feels strong in his frame, as a lot of people like to use that terminology. So it's all about like, women crave security. They want emotional security, financial security, and physical security in a relationship. And they, a man that's kind of like not able to maintain his emotions, and is getting, needing a lot of support from the woman. I think it's important for men and women to support each other 100% of the time. But at the same time, if the load gets too large and the man is boohooing and not able, he's not resilient, frankly, then it's a turnoff for a woman. And so, I think there's a bit of support that a woman can give a man, but I think what's more common is a man giving a lot of support to a woman as she's going through like highs and lows and stuff. And it's a good thing for men to have an outlet to talk to other men about what they're going through. But ultimately, the woman's head said, look, it's really sexy, it's really hot when a guy is emotionally resilient. I'm going through a lot, I'm explaining that to you, but I know I can get through this. And that way it's like, wow, this guy's strong, and that can be inspirational to the woman that you're with. I think for me, I want to be respectful towards this presenter. I think for me, I do see a lot of things. I'm in my 40s. She seems like maybe she's in her 20s. When you're younger, you're full of piss and vinegar. You're full of emotion. You're full of passion. And typically people get into activism because it's like, you got all this. You really want to prove that you're an adult. You really want to stand on something. You really want to say, I believe in this, and this is good, and this is what it is. And I feel that level of passion and enthusiasm. But for me, having grown up a bit, in my 20s, I had a lot of strong convictions about things. And then in retrospect, I feel like it's actually quite ridiculous, the things that I wanted to stand on and the points that I had made and the level of intensity that I had my convictions. I'm seeing that within her, and I wonder if that's just like a sign of youth. Again, I want to be respectful. This is her opinions on things. Ultimately, I'll leave it there. But yeah, I think interesting video. Do women actually like guys who lift? I think her answer is a definitive yes. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.